What's up, fam? It's your boy called Dima, and this is a Barstool podcast. This is our first episode and our first podcast, I guess, in this new format. We've just turned all of our media stuff into like the Barstool, so it's all under the Barstool. So the podcast and future issues of the magazine will now be going under the Barstool, and hopefully we can get some more stuff going on with the Barstool brand, sort of. So yeah, it's exciting times for the Oral Health Bar, and we'll just continue to be bringing you top-notch entertainment, and hopefully this whole Barstool thing will work out in the long run. So today I wanted to talk about something I found very interesting. Saw this first on one of these crime shows, I think, in the CSI or something, I don't know. Criminal Minds? I'm sure it was Criminal Minds. Right, yeah. No, I think it was Criminal Minds. So there's a trend that's going around the emo circuit. I don't know if the emos or the goths or the tattoo community and the piercing community and just that community. It's called Body Modification. So basically they do things to their body that makes them modified, I guess. I don't know the full extent of it. But one interesting thing that I found that obviously I will link to your oral health is tongue splitting, or it's sometimes called tongue bifurcation or tongue forking. So this is the official type of definition they have for tongue splitting or tongue bifurcation. It's a type of body modification in which the tongue is cut centrally from its tip to as far back as the underside base, forking the end. Okay, this is interesting. This is actually quite cool. They split their tongue in half, so it's kind of like they're trying or emulating the tongue of a snake, because snakes, darkness. Yeah, I don't know. So if there's anyone listening to this who's actually into this body modification type of community, I think it would be interesting for us to get your opinions on this. Comment or send me an email, or send me something, just to like clearly for me to understand what the full extent of this is. But as you know, this is about oral health, and this is the Oral Health Bar. So I'm going to review an article here. I'm just going to read you a bit of this article. It's been medically reviewed by J. Keith Fisher. He's an MD. And this article is from Healthline. I love Healthline. Sue me. Okay. So here it talks about tongue splitting. And here it gives the same type of definition. It's usually done around the tip of the tongue, or in some cases toward the middle of the tongue, to give the tongue a forked look. Everyone has different reasons for wanting to split their tongue. Some want a certain look purely for aesthetics, to perform special types of oral sex acts, to achieve a sense of oneself's identity, and more. Okay, so it actually goes deeper. So I guess the tongue splitting, oh my goodness. Okay, so the tongue splitting thing basically also goes deeper than just snaking, and oh my goodness, it goes beyond the dark aspect. So apparently it's better for your relationship if you fork your tongue. So that's something. Okay, let's just move on. This type of body model is highly specialized, very delicate, and extremely dangerous. The tongue is dense with nerves and muscles and can easily be damaged if the procedure isn't done by an experienced professional. And getting your tongue split puts a high risk of possibly fatal complications like bleeding and infection. I mean, so definitely, I mean, it's a dangerous procedure if it's not done by a proper person. I mean, as I've said before in like my piercing podcast episode, it's like you need to find the right person who's sort of experienced with this type of thing. You can't just go to your nearest whoever it is who does this stuff and they're just like, can you cut my tongue in half? I mean, they need to know what they're doing, otherwise, it won't be helpful. So yeah, they talk about the procedure, and there's a big little section they have here. It says, have an experienced professional oral or plastic surgeon split your tongue. Doing it yourself at home can drastically increase your risk of infection or irreversible damage to your tongue. There's more than one way to split your tongue. Yeah, the most common methods. Okay, this is gonna be a bit graphic. even I'm kind of almost throwing up and almost like my tongue feeling weird, but okay. Here are the methods of tongue splitting. Okay, so there's a scalpel version. Split your tongue with a scalpel. Your surgeon will follow these steps. They will heat a scalpel to help seal the wound more quickly and prevent excess blood loss. You'll use a scalpel to cut a straight line from the tip of your tongue back forward to your throat until you reach a point where you are comfortable with. Then they'll stitch together the sides of the tongue that would cut. Okay, so the next version is the cauterization. To split your tongue with cauterization using either an argon laser or cautery tool. The surgeon will direct the heated beam of the laser or tool along the area you want to split, essentially burning through the tongue tissue and sealing blood vessels to prevent bleeding. Finally, they'll stitch together any parts of the tongue that aren't fully sealed by the heat. Tie off or fish line. This is the most common DIY splitting method, but it should only be done under supervision of a professional. Most people will start with a tongue piercing place where they want the back end of the split to be. The idea is the professional will thread a piece of twine or fishing line through the piercing hole and the tie it tightly on the tip of the tongue to put pressure on, and over time with tighter and tighter knots pierce the tongue. Guys, please think about this stuff before you do it. I mean, it looks cool, but please think about it. Okay, so let's get to what people really want to know. What's the cost? What's the cost of this tongue splitting? So the cost varies widely depending on where you get it done and the experience of the person who does it. On average, this procedure costs about $1.5 to $2.5. Okay, not that bad, but yeah. I mean, go do it professionally. Don't do it at someone. Okay, don't do the twine thing. That's disgusting. Because of the pain of the tongue splitting can be pretty intense if you try to do it yourself or with someone who's inexperienced. Pain scale. On a scale of 1 to 10, the pain of getting your tongue split and the pain during recovery afterwards is about 7 to 9. Because it also depends on your pain tolerance and whether or not you use pain medication after the procedure. Your tongue takes about 2 weeks to fully heal, and the pain will gradually get easier to tolerate over time. Risks of tongue splitting. So this is where I'm really interested. So here are some of the risks of the procedure itself. Heavy bleeding, obviously, if the surgeon or the person doing it cuts around artery, it could lead to heavy bleeding. Blood infection from surgical tools. Yep. Damage of nerves or muscles in the tongue. Yep. Damage of tooth surfaces from surgical tools. Yeah, that's kind of like reaching, but it could happen during a procedure like this. Endocarditis or heart infection. Some risks that may occur after you've done the procedure, especially if it wasn't done by a professional or doesn't heal well, include swelling, continuous bleeding, discharge from the split area, tongue infection, gum infection, often caused by infection of the surgical site, gum recession, permanent scarring of the tongue, development of thick, bumpy scar tissue on the tongue, death of tongue tissue, and what else do we have here? Even if your tongue heals, you experience some long-term and irreversible side effects such as high risk of mouth infections, producing more saliva than before, changes in breathing, airway blockage, loss of sensation or ability to taste certain flavors, loss of control of tongue movement, lesions on the roof of your mouth. Yeah. So imagine that forking, that bifurcation of your tongue. Obviously, there's going to be bacteria that's going to be stuck in between those two type of arch of your bifurcation. So obviously, there's going to be bacteria stuck there. So watch out for that. So here it says, why do people do it? Tongue splitting can be pretty cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool, but also pretty unsightly sometimes, but it looks cool, especially if it's done around with piercings and other body parts. The unique appearance of the shock factor is one of the main appeals of the procedure. It was made especially infamous by Eric Sprague, I don't know, self-styled as the Lizard Man, who had the tongue splitting procedure done along with hundreds of other body modifications, including surgically implanted spines to look more like a lizard. The split tongue can also have a sexual appeal. A split tongue may give you access to new styles of kissing, and some people have reported that they could perform new types of oral. Let me just say pleasing. Okay, oral pleasing. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about that. So what's my takeaway from tongue splitting? Do it if you want to do it. I mean, no one can force you not to do anything you don't want to, but be careful. Like I say, with piercings, be careful. Don't just do it. Okay, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, and make sure that you know what you're doing and what you want in the long run. Go to a professional, do it professionally. Don't do the DIY stuff. And in my personal opinion, I wouldn't do it. Okay, and I wouldn't suggest that people do it. But if that's what you want to do, just do it. Okay. I mean, that's really all I can say about tongue splitting. It's been interesting to dive into it instead of shying away and looking away. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that topic. And thank you for listening to this first podcast of the Barstool format. And next week's topic could be equally as shocking. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. And look out for the new magazine issue. I don't know if we can get a celebrity guest for that. I feel like it's getting harder, but the magazine is gonna come out soon. Hopefully things can go better from now on, and we can grow our brand more. Yeah, so that was me. That's it for me, called the Madonna. And this was Barstool Podcast. Putting a smile on your face. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to our YouTube, get on the website, you can listen and download the podcast, and go like our Instagram, the Barstool, OHB Barstool. That's the handle. And if you wanted me to do certain topics, you can actually comment down below or send me a DM and whatever, and we'll get to it. So just smile.